Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in for this bi-weekly video. And today I'm proud to welcome Professor Paul Traynor to this video. And welcome, Paul, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Assistant Professor of Law and has been on the faculty for 6 years.
Correct.
So many on the campus probably know you, but for those who don't, why don't you introduce yourself and say a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, I grew up in Devils Lake, North Dakota, and attended UND as an undergraduate. I finished my baccalaureate degree with majors in history and Latin. I then attended the UND School of Law and graduated in 1988. I did further my legal education with a Master of Laws degree from the University of Connecticut School of Law. I worked for 30 years in the corporate world before deciding to move back to North Dakota, and I was very fortunate to be hired by the UND School of Law to teach corporations, partnerships, basically business associations, which is core material. And I also teach insurance law, health law, and business torts. So pleased to be with on the faculty. I am one of I'm the sixth, of 9 members of my family over 4 generations to have graduated from the UND School of Law. So very pleased to be with you,
An amazing track record.
Yeah, well, and a lot of them practiced in North Dakota over the years.
Well, the Traynor name is synonymous with North Dakota, so.
And very much so with the UND School of Law.
For sure. So corporate law, insurance law, and so you are the director of a new clinic here at UND and at the School of Law. It's the Nonprofit and Business Law Clinic.
Correct. When I joined the faculty, as you kindly pointed out 6 years ago, the Center for Innovation had law students that they had involved with their runway project students, people who were starting to form businesses or had business ideas or entrepreneurial plans. And so they were not receiving any guidance or supervision by a licensed attorney. Now, just like medical students, law students, in order to avoid problems, need to be supervised by a licensed attorney. And since I am licensed in North Dakota, I agreed that I would review and supervise these students. Over time, it occurred to me that we could do this here internally at the UND School of Law. Our law students are required to have a certain amount of experiential credits. And normally we have relied upon law firms or judges or state's attorneys' offices in the state to provide those credits for them. I thought this is something we could do in-house. We could do this not only for the Center for Innovation, but we could get more of our law students internally receiving these experiential credits. And in fact, we could even open this up to the broader community as a service that UND can provide to the state of North Dakota and also parts of the state of Minnesota. So I started looking at, after discussing it with Dean Pappas, I started looking at different law schools and how they had structured it. And that's where the nonprofit part came in. Because I looked at a model from Drake University, and I thought this would be easy to add small nonprofits to the clinic and be able to help them with issues of corporate governance, their bylaws, compliance with state laws, compliance with their nonprofit status. And so we put together and launched it in January of this year. We already have a waiting list of prospective clients for the fall, and already have 2 new students lined up to join the clinic this fall and work with me. In addition, we have an adjunct professor who is a practicing attorney from Fargo with the Onstad Twitchell firm, Tyler Leverington, who is also assisting me as sort of a co-director for the program. So we have 2 licensed attorneys reviewing the work that these students are doing on behalf of people in the university community, people in the North Dakota community, people in the business community, people in the nonprofit community.
Nice, and certainly it speaks to a need, right? It was driven by a need, and so you talked a little bit about some of the long list of people who are looking for your services. What are you seeing there? Nonprofits, businesses?
Mostly businesses that are just startups. These are businesses, and we're very careful when it comes to the criteria. We don't want to be in competition with law firms. These are folks who have business ideas or need help with the structure of their business, and they just don't have the financial resources to hire a private attorney. So for me, this is a win because our students get experiential credits. They're working with real-life clients. They're supervised by competent attorneys. It's a win for UND because many of the clients we are serving are UND employees or faculty or graduate students. It's a win for the state of North Dakota because it's a service that the University of North Dakota provides to the state at almost no charge. And also it's a win for the business community because the more businesses we can create, the more opportunities to broaden our tax base as a state and also employ people.
Nice. And so obviously a natural tie into UND's amazing Center for Innovation, and tell us a little bit about that connection.
Well, that's where it started, and I have to credit the Center for Innovation for bringing us in to say, you know, we have law students who are working with the runway clients that they have, and it just was a way for us to bring that more in-house, at least the legal component of it. They still handle things like business planning or what the business people need when they're forming their business. We're strictly the legal part of it and make sure that the legal bones of their business are legitimately and properly pulled together, filed and established as entities with the state of North Dakota. And so we just do the legal part of it. But it would not have started or even happen without the Center for Innovation. And in fact, their runway participants are some of the quite a few of the current clients that we have now that we're working with.
Great. It's great to hear that they're actually trying to take things to the next step, which is exactly what you want to do.
We are.
So you've shared a lot of information with the viewers. If people had questions or want to learn more about the new center, how can they get information?
Just go to the UND School of Law website, and on the website you will see a little icon you can click on. Just fill out an application. Those through the UND IT department come to me as an email. I review them. I discuss them with my co-director, whether or not this is something that we feel a student could help them with. I should mention, sir, there are certain things that we will not handle. For example, we won't handle litigated matters. It's just, this is purely a transactional clinic dealing with contracts. Litigation, we could not handle a litigated matter for a client and then say once a student graduates, we're going to assign you to a new student. That isn't a service to the client. So we are very careful about the kinds of work that we can take on and that our students are capable of handling within the scope of a semester or an academic year.
Wonderful. What a great service, both for the students and also the clients that you're supporting. So you've heard it here first on this video. Please, again, thank Professor Paul Traynor for his service to the university. Paul, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.